Right, so as you can see, it's quite a nice wide road. So if we brought Jessie along here and we've seen any dogs coming, we can just pull out the side and give plenty of room to let the other dogs get past if she's starting to get aggressive. But I'll be on top of her straight away and saying no and whacking her ass if she doesn't behave. Right, so this is like a shorter back entrance into the mansion here, look. And this is where they'll have the service people coming to drop things off at the mansion, because they don't want anybody going at the front door. Oh no, not the service, no. You've got to go in the serviceman's entrance. The rich at least don't rub shoulders with you. Right, so you can see the grounds and the grass is well kept. And there's the road that leads into the grounds past and the car's parked on the opposite side that you can't see. Right, so this is where you can drop down and you can go down those stone steps to get back on the main road where I came along down the bottom there earlier on. So this is where you can cut down past the gates instead of going right round the road. The stairs are a little bit awkward because they're uneven, and when you're stepping down, if it's been raining or slightly wet, you've got to be careful. Right, so there's another car coming round. So they'll be going up and around the back way I've just come from to get to the houses at the far side. Right, so that's where I went earlier, along that way to the wetlands. So you can see the big circle that I've done to come back here, back to the mansion, which is just here, look. Now when I was here last, I had my camera, I went up the driveway past the front of the house and I went slightly around the back and just took a couple of photographs and come out, because obviously it's private. And that's the way you're driving to here. You know, private, keep out. They don't want us peasants, serfs, going mixing and mingling with them money people. But it's a massive house. CROXDALE Hall Estate. Right, so this, like I say, takes you down those stone steps. I'm just going to go down the soil pathway here though, because like I say, the stairs can be a bit awkward. If there's wet mud on them, they're wet and slippy, because they've been walked on years and years and years, so they're well rounded off. It can be a bit dangerous walking down them. It's a bloody big tree. Right, so back down over the stone bridge, get through the gate, then turn left and go up round that house that I pointed out when I was coming along this way. And then I'll go up onto Sunderland Bridge Street, basically. Well, so far so good. It's been quite a pleasant walk. You can see the river down there. So that's going all the way around and along to the wetlands. You can see people going up the pathway now. They've just gone through the gate where I'm going now. I can hear the train from here going across the main line there. Typical sounds of the rooks. So, like I say, people, when it comes to rooks nest together in like families. So if you see a bunch of nests at the top of the trees, it's rooks. But crows find a place and build a nest at the top of a tree, and they keep separate to the rooks. That's how you can tell the difference. Right, so you can see the river coming around here now. It's going to go underneath the bridge here. I'm going to cross over now. Right, I better have a whiskey now before I go up to the public's eye. Beautiful blackbird there, just cross over from the bridge. Pure black with a nice yellow beak. Obviously a male. There he is. Just trotting along around. Right, so back over this little stream. I'll have to, when I get back home, I'll go on the maps and have a look to see what this is called again. It might even be CROXDALE Burn, I don't know. Where it goes round the corner to the right, and then it goes round past this house where I'm going past now, past their grounds. And this is a bit of an uphill and all when you go to the gate at the top to go into the street, and then walk along to the car past the church. But if you take your time and just one foot in front of the other, bit by bit, you'll get there without tiring yourself out. Right, so this is the road that takes you up and round up there, look. Right, so I'll just take a shortcut across the grass here, take us halfway up the road instead of going past the house. I'm not bothered looking in the ground where the cars are coming up from. I'm just thinking of getting up this bank. That's the big issue on my mind at the minute. But you can see where people have walked up here through the grass and flattened it. Doing the same as what I'm doing now. But where the house is straight ahead, that's where you go along Sunderland Road, and you go right at the far end where that church is, and when you reach the church, that's when you cross over the road and where my car's parked. But I've got to get up and around this bank first, and then through the turnstile gate, metal gate at the top. So I've been lucky in a sense there, because the wet stuff is coming down, but it's been very light so far. I just hope there's no water on my lens. Would have been raining, spoiling the videos when I play them back. So like I say, with recording 1080p, it does file 50 minutes and 11 seconds long. So what I do is, each file that I get with 50 minutes, I just chop them exactly in half. So every video that I do put up, they're all 25 minutes long, roughly, give or take a few seconds, and that's good enough for to watch. You can see where motorbikes, trucks have been coming down here as well, because there's like a driveway with a gate onto this field just between the two houses further along. So they've probably come through there and then drove down the grass here. Hey, so I'm getting some of the, well, a lot of the jobs done on my car, and I've booked it in for its MOT on the 17th of April. My sisters are booked in for the 7th of April. So I'll be taking her down. She'll leave her car there, and then we'll carry on down the street. Then I've got to stop off at ATS garage on Western Approach and South Shields to do me tracking, because obviously when they put the bushes in the back on the rear axle, I had to take the tracking arms off, so my tracking will be slightly out. So I've got to get the tracking done again. That's fine, but the price has gone up. The last time I was in there for to do front and back, it was 70 quid. Now it's £82.50. I nearly fell through the floor when I asked them how much it was going to be. Right, so here's the metal gate that you go through on the left hand side, look. Well, this is electronic operated gate for them people that live here, for to press the button and open the gate for them driving in when they're coming in this direction from the road. You can hear the river down there to the left. Right, so it's just a short walk along this street now to go back the main road and cross over to my car. But I'll show you all the different trinkets that people have got in their gardens to make them unique. I'll cross over both sides and point my camera to them as I'm going along the street. Right through the turnstile. Right, CROXDALE Whole Estate, private land. No, same bullshit as the one at the front. Footpath only, no bikes, horses or vehicles, except the people that live there. Right, we'll see what it says on this notice board. The Way of Life, Sunderland Bridge. You are here. There's the bridge itself, Sunderland Bridge. We have drove over and parked up the top, so I'll be getting back to that in a minute. Right, so walk along the street now. Here you are on the flower pot thingy. It's got Sunderland Bridge just behind this car here. So this car, whoever it is, instead of parking on Sunderland Bridge and walking over here, they've just drove down here and parked here to walk down there. I'm sure on this left hand side there's a carving of an owl that's got red beads in for the eyes, and it's a very good carving of an owl. And then on the other side it's got like soldiers of some sort, like different things. Like I say, there's loads of different trinkets in the gardens as you go along, so I'll point them out as I go along. It's obviously money people that live here, like. And it's nice to get up the top of that bank and get up here on the flat again. Double garage on the side of the house, handy. Right, here's the owl. It's perched on two thick books depicting a white owl. It's been there for years, this wooden carving of an owl. And obviously they just keep painting the books that it's perched on. I'm sure it used to have red eyes in it though, so they've changed that. They put different beads in for the eyes. And there's a soldier I was on about, you know, where they keep putting it lest we forget. And all that bullshit. Yes, the war from 1914, 1918, they sent all the young men to die, the old bastards, globalists, that caused the wars in the first place, and send off lots and lots of young men to die unnecessarily, for nothing, all made up, and they fund both sides to kill each other. But you don't know that until you look into your history and wake up eventually and find out what's really going on and who runs this place. Right, here's a wood marker post pointing in it. That's the gap I was telling you about between the houses, and there's a gate at the top end where the motorbikes would have went through there, then drove down that grass track where I walked from. Right, so I'll cross over now because there's no pavement here, it's just grass. Right, so that's where they would have went through. That's where that bloke was to come up with his dog and all when I was first walking along the bottom to come in here. Nice quiet street. So they call that Bourne-Set Grange. Right, so I've got to go along here, and the church comes out on the very end on the right hand side, and then that's where I cross over. So I'll go where the separation bollards are and cross over there because it's a fast moving road, so I need time to get across safely. Yeah, but this is just enough for me when I get back to the car, because me calf muscles are starting to put a bit now, because obviously I've been coming up and doing hills. So that's enough for me. Right. Right, so I'll get back in the car, open up my doors again, have a quick whisk before I set off. But here I am back at the main road now, so past the church here. So there's the church, bridge studio. Don't know what that'll be for. So the parish church of St Bartholomew's, that's what this church is. Right, so if you look across the road as well, it's got the sign pointing in here, and it's saying Sunderland Bridge, St Bartholomew's. Right, so I've got to go round the right here a little bit and cross over where the central reservation is. I've got to cross safe. Where these blue arrows are. And there's my car. The back of my car. Right, cross over into the middle now. Just wait for a gap in the traffic now. Well, there's the blue sign saying Sunderland Bridge, and there's the metal sign pointing Sunderland Bridge and St Bartholomew Church. There you get across now. All these people are taking their dogs for a walk. There you have it, people. That's how I've done the big circle. I've gone into the CROXDALE Hall estate at the bottom there, water underneath this road, gone right along, then right, follow the road right way along past the wetlands, and then come full circle past the CROXDALE Hall estate, and then back along through Sunderland Bridge here. Right, I'll just open my two doors here again so I can have a quick whisk in private before I set off. Right. Take my cap off now and stop recording.